Good morning to our beloved lecturer and my friends. We would like to thank our lecturer, Madam Malini, for giving us this opportunity to be here today. Before we begin, allow me to introduce ourselves. My name is Vasundhara Sankaran and my partner is Sharmini Murali. The table of contents is first is introduction and second is places and thirdly we will give conclusion about these presentations. My dear fellow friends, do you believe in ghosts or will you believe if I say ghosts still exist? Okay, well, today we are going to talk about 6 haunted places in Malaysia. Allow me to introduce our roles. I will talk about 3 haunted places while my partner will explain about 3 more places in Malaysia. Dear friends, first popular haunted place is Karak Highway. As you can see the tunnel and the highway there. So this is what we call Karak Highway. Okay, when I mentioned the place name, did you feel any goosebumps? As you thought, it is the one of the most notorious haunted place in Malaysia. This Karak Highway is connecting Genting Highland with Cameron Highlands, two of the most tourist destinations. The long and winding E8 expressway has witnessed way too many accidents. Karak Highway was built in 1970 and first opened to public in 1977. The highway connects Kuala Lumpur, which is called KL, to Karak and about 60 kilometers away. This highway has pair of tunnels in the famous resort of Genting Highlands. You had see the tunnels in the previous slide, and that is the tunnel of the Karak Highway. Okay, and then some unconfirmed sightings are lost of young boy searching for his mother and of a yellow Volkswagen that continuously indefinitely in line once you overtake it. Okay, in this slide also you can see the Volkswagen and then the example of the Karak Highway. This is how the Karak Highway will look like. Okay, did you know something? The Volkswagen does not have a driver too, and it's drive by its own. It is creepy, right? Same goes to us when we read the articles about Karak Highway. Well guys, I have just discussed about what? Yes, it is Karak Highway. Dear friends, I shall move on to my second haunted place, that is Villa Nabila. Have you heard about this villa before? Okay. Movie buff, you're able to connect this location with 2000 Malaysian horror movie film by the same name, Villa Nabila. Villa Nabila is located on a hill in Johor, Malaysia, overlooking in Danga Bay. Yeah, as the legend goes, a house help in a fit of intense jealousy killed all the family members residing the villa. She buried their bodies all over the premises, but surprisingly, even the investigators could not locate their remains. Their spot came into the focus again in 2013. Yeah, 2013 when 23 teenagers were reported have missing in Villa Nabila. Okay, among the stories, the most commonly circulatory the story is that Villa was originally owned by a wealth family. The family had named Villa after their one and only daughter named Nabila. So that is a combination of Villa Nabila. Villa is the house name and then Nabila is their daughter's name. Okay, are you still thinking about the missing teenagers at the Villa Nabila? Even though we are thinking, overthink, nobody could find them in that mysterious place. Okay, guys, I have just discussed about Villa Nabila. Dear friends, I shall move to my third haunt places, that is Pudu Jail. For some of you, it might be the first time heard this name. Is it, friends? This jail has a history of unfulfilled wishes of freedom, much like the spirits that cannot transcend to the afterlife. This is constructed during the British regime at Kuala Lumpur. The Pudu jail confined over 2,000 prisoners of war during the Second World War. Visitors also has experienced unnaturally hot and cold spots in various pockets of the prison. The execution chamber often burst into screams even though it was apparently empty. Now the jail is empty and became a tourist places. A prison guard remembers his day in the prison and tells the story of the ghost officer saying that he was on night duty that day when he saw an officer approaching. He quickly turned the around the salute the officer, but this figure just raised his hand and then promptly disappeared. Stories like this, one of the various and even include a haunted bunk. Okay, this Pudu jail was demolished in 2009 and commercially development took into places. Friends, are you still remember what place I am talking about? Yes, it is Pudu jail. Now I call upon my partner to define another three more places.
Thank you so much, Vasundhara Samkaran. Dear friends, I shall now move on to our fourth haunted place, that is the Penang War Museum. Many would have wondered why is Penang War Museum is haunted. Let me clear your doubt away. This museum is located at Batu Mawang, Penang, which contains all sorts of historical artifacts. There was a story behind it where this place used to be a British fort in the 1930s. Then the Japanese soldiers took over the site and it was converted into a prisoners of war base. Prisoners were being terribly tortured to death by the soldiers, and now the soul is said to be roaming around the site. It has been years past, but based on the visitors, they still could hear the sound of armies marching and the prisoners being tortured. Hearing this would have led your body to shiver. So I have just discussed about the creepy story of Penang War Museum. Fellow friends, I would like to move on to our fifth haunted place, that is Kelly's Castle. So are you guys ready to hear another spooky story? Let's begin. This Kelly Castle is located at Batu Kaja, Perak. It is owned by Scotsman William Kelly Smith. This castle was built for his wife, but before it could be complete, he had passed away from pneumonia. Right after his death, it was left abandoned for so many years and then was left swallowed by the surrounding jungle. It is also said that several Indian workers died of Spanish flu while the castle was being built. It is also used by Japanese for torture and execution of prisoners. Now it is become an attraction spot for visitors. It also has been said that there were many paranormal sightings spotted. Can you digest that already? It is so scary, right? So, I have just discussed about the Kelly Castle. Dears, let's move on to our sixth haunted place, that is Pulau Jirja. Have you heard about sites that are known for black magic practice or horrific deaths? Pulau Jirja is known as a haunted place due to that reason too. Pulau Jirja is located on Penang Island and it was a prison building where maltreatment and brutality were the order of the day. Many horrific deaths occurred within the wall of the prison, which is very close to waters filled with sharks. The shark ate prisoners who tried to escape. Fishermen on the island claim that they see handfuls of restless prisoners who are seeking revenge. Visitors who stepped foot in this area has reported that they were surrounded in an uncomfortable aura. So I have just discussed about another creepy story of Pulau Jerjak. My dear friends, today me and my partner had discussed about 6 haunted places in Malaysia. She had discussed about 3 haunted places, that is the Karak Highway, Pudu Jail, Villa Nabila, and I had discussed about another 3 haunted places, that is the Penang War Museum, Pulau Jerjak, and the Kelly Castle. So, we would like to end our presentation by quoting Helen Keller, who said, "Life is either a daring adventure or nothing at all." So, we must be courageous in facing all of that so that we are able to overcome many more hardships and hurdles in life. With that, we end our presentation. Thank you for being a wonderful audience. It has been a great honor and pleasure for us to be here today. Thank you.